Day 7.
Hello friends, this is Eco, where bad company are attempting to save the world, and this is the Colonel's Journal for Day 7. Now, I'm building up a few resources because in the near-ish future, I've got a bit more house redevelopment to take care of, but for the moment we'll just leave that lot lying around there. Needless to say, there is an awful lot of cooking to do, and I'm going through coal like there's no tomorrow. Well, if we don't sort out the laser situation, then realistically there will be no tomorrow. But here's my kitchen finally up and running. Now, this had to be built out of brick in order to make use of the oven that we've got in here. And as you can see, it's not the most glamorous thing ever. To be honest, I am becoming increasingly unhappy with the whole layout of my house, and I'll probably change that around at some point in the nearest future. But the good old trusty campfire continues to be the way to go to make foodstuffs that everybody enjoys and that everybody gets a suitable amount of nourishment from. This series, it appears, is rapidly turning into something of a cooking show, but I'm comfortable with that. I think it could be quite a nice spin-off for me. Perhaps it's a bit of Let's Play and a bit of cookery at the same time. Anyway, I can now make just about everything available on the campfires. It's now just a case of getting the ingredients in, and as we move further forward in time, I'm gradually going to ease off on the farming side of things and outsource that to other players, because frankly, my time is better spent making sure that everything's getting cooked than it is tending to my crops. Several of you asked what happened to the tomatoes, and well, you're just going to have to wait and see. But the humble tomato is still clinging on in there for the moment. The classics, the charred corn, the charred fish are still the way to go, although sausages are very much the new hotness. Now then, as time goes on, I do spend an increasing amount of my time in just, basically crafting up more delicious foodstuffs for people to eat. And I know that yesterday people missed the recipe of the day, so I thought we'd get that out of the way early. And it's charred fish, friends. Now, charred fish, as you know, is a very high source of protein, and as such is ideal for whatever diet it is you currently find yourself on. Now, in order to make charred fish, and you're going to want to take notes here because this one's quite complicated. First off, you find someone who is adept at the catching of fish to catch you some fish. You then buy that fish from those people. You don't want to be catching the fish yourself. No, you're a trained chef. That is unskilled labour by comparison, and therefore you want to set a realistic price of as little as possible for the fish that they've caught. Once you've caught the fish and you've got some sitting around in your inventory just waiting to be developed, as you can see, I'm paying 0.5 fail coin there for a charred fish. For a raw fish, I should say. Charred? No. We charge a significant amount more than that. Anyway, you've got your fish. You want to stick it on your campfire, then set fire to it. Shortly after that, bada bing, you've got yourself the charred fish, the cuisine of kings and royalty around the world. And then you want to sell it for as much as you can get away with. I try and sell quite a lot of fish, if at all possible. People seem to be very keen on their protein. Probably shortly after completing leg day. As you can see, I do have buy orders available now for just about every raw material in the cooking world, as I hope to migrate away from cooking. I hope to move away from farming relatively quickly. There's an elk that's still alive. You do see them sometimes. In fact, you see them quite. There's Tolokram, who is in fact my farmer of choice. He makes a healthy penny off me by selling his crops to the store on a regular basis. But I don't get out and about very much. So I thought I'd take a quick spin around town. Now that's Zero Jake's house there. He's our smithy. He's more than happy to buy all manner of ores off you. This is Sociopath's place on our right now. He is my fish merchant and meat at the same time. Plenty of meat. There's that elk again, clearly curious. Here's Logland, that is the mayor's abode. Basically, if you need logs, there's only one place to go. He has got something of a monopoly on the log situation. And then this is What's the Mortar? Brilliant pun there, from Vectrix, and he's going to be seeing quite a lot of trade from me quite soon. But as you can see at the moment, I've got 2.19 fail coin on my personage because I've spent it all on all manner of nonsense. Now you can see my waypoints towards the fields that I've been tending to are floating around here, but I thought we'd take a spin through the Arboretum, which is the mayor's project, so Mayor Vargan. Now he's built up these dirt banks in between the trees so that it is easier to get at the leaves, which is where more seeds for trees came from. This is quite a stunning development that he's managed to come up with there. But this is all on private land, of course, so if you're a mere citizen, you are not actually able to harvest these trees at all. Basically, the mayor has locked down a pretty phenomenal amount of land right in the middle of town. He's not alone, of course. We've all try to land grab as much as possible, but I suspect that it will become unsustainable to do so. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for landscape gardening to go on here. It's all rather scruffy, and between you and me, that house there, I don't think that's well enough supported. It does look like, one good earth tremor and all of that lovely glass is going to fall down. On your left now, of course, is Town Hall as we head back towards Fail Island. And I'm not thrilled with it. I think it lacks a significance as a wolf. Clear off. And there's my mushroom patch. Mushrooms, oddly enough, seem to be actually growing reasonably well. Now, as part of the redevelopment, I will probably end up kind of building a wharf side, a quay side, alongside the island to actually, make it look a little bit more industrial as we swing by the Skipperchew estate. Now, Skipperchew, vital to my survival, as he is the baker and the miller. So whether it's milled corn or milled flour, he's me man for that particular task. You'll have noticed that there were a couple of buildings that haven't really seen much development yet, and we do have quite a diverse population in terms of some people who dabble a little and others who get stuck in a more robust fashion. But at the moment, it feels like, we're a week in and we've got 3 weeks to go and a little bit more. Feels like we're on course for a successful defence. Where does this path go? Well, it goes under here. This is free land, so this doesn't actually belong to anybody. But they do appear to be. It continues going. They're trying to grow beets underground. It's an interesting idea. Okay. We're on Skipperchew's land. Okay, fair enough. How deep does this go? Now, I mean, I've explored the globe and reached the other side. I've travelled around the world, do it on a regular basis, and part of me wonders, if one were to dig deep enough, could you actually head from one side of the planet to the other? And maybe I'll look into that at some point. This is a very large coal seam we've got going on here. Maybe I ought to get into mining in the future. Maybe that's something that will help. Anyway, that'll do it for today. I've been Colonel Failure. Fling a like at this one if you liked it. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheerio!